Hello, I'm Tim McGarry. We're in the year 2012, ladies and gentlemen, and Northern Ireland, we can be proud of ourselves of many, many things. We are world champions when it comes to things. Sadly, one of the things we're world champions at is having separate education. Yes, we have the most divided education system virtually on the entire planet. We educate our children separately. Not only that, we teach our teachers how to be teachers separately. How did this happen? Have we never tried to do anything differently? Well, the good news is, yes, we have. I like my history, ladies and gentlemen. History is very important because they say the nation with one eye in the past is wise. The nation with two eyes in the past is blind. And the nation with three eyes in the past has had a terrible accident at its nuclear power plant. But let's go back in time. Has there ever been a time when we tried to have a shared education system? The answer is yes. Let's go back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 19th century. That's the 1800s. 1831, no less. Lord Edward Stanley, Chief Secretary for Ireland, introduced free elementary education for all children. He brought together children in national schools. Christian religious instruction had a part to play, taught by the clergy of respective denominations, though parents could actually choose to withdraw their children from this. But 20 years later, due to opposition from the churches, most national schools were in practice segregated, both in management and in enrolment. But that wasn't the end of it. Another attempt was tried, this time by a man with so many names that he needed to call himself Lord Londonderry. He was called Charles Vane Tempest Stewart, or Lord Londonderry. Not Lord Derry, not Lord Dora, not Lord Legendary, Lord Londonderry. But he was a very good man. He was the first education minister in the new Northern Ireland government in 1921. And he set out with similar aims to those of Lord Stanley. And guess what? He faced similar opposition. On the one hand, Catholic schools stated that the only satisfactory system is one wherein Catholic children are taught by Catholic teachers under Catholic auspices. Because as we all know, we can't teach physics unless it's taught by a Catholic. We can't have Catholic Protestant Spanish, it has to be Catholic Spanish. And on the other hand, Protestant churches claimed, and this is a direct quote, "The door is thrown open for a Bolshevist or an atheist, or even worse, a Roman Catholic to become a teacher in a Protestant school." And that would never do. The level of opposition was such that Lord Londonderry's Act was amended to allow greater church influence, at which point Lord Londonderry gave up and resigned. However, it is important to note that despite the opposition of churches historically, there has been some support for cross-community education down the years. Let's go back again to the 19th century. Roman Catholic Bishop James Doyle of Kildare, who said, and I quote, "I do not know any measure which would prepare the way for a better feeling in Ireland than uniting children at an early age and bringing them up in the same school, leading them to commune with one another and to form those little intimacies and friendships which often subsist through life." Another go back in the 1930s, the 1930 Education Act gave Catholic schools 50% government funding for capital costs, and fully funded state schools could restrict staff to only Protestant teachers. But there was another third attempt to introduce shared cross-community schools, way back in 1974 from Basil McIver, who was then Minister for Education in the first power-sharing executive. In his view, the mixing of school children would contribute to the reduction of community tension. Can't argue with that. And he asked churches to look at ways of working together with the executive to meet the needs of the community. But, surprise, surprise, no proposal came forward from the churches. But even at this time, during the mad part of the Troubles when we were murdering each other wholesale, there was a growing movement among parents for shared education. All Children Together was formed by a group of parents who wanted to ensure that Protestant and Catholic children were educated side by side. The first formal integrated school, Lagan College, opened way back in 1981, when I was a mere -3. Back to 2012 and to the parents of today. We have a draft programme for government, once again making a political commitment to a shared education. But maybe we need to learn from the past and ask, well, what do parents want? It's 2012, who knows? 2012, maybe we'll make a start. Come on, please.